Yes, hello. My name is Cevdet. Uh, I'm Vice President of Lean Institute Turkey and also at the same time Executive Committee member of the LGN. Today I will present you about the leader development. Unfortunately, the host cannot join, so I will be alone. So I try to answer your questions as much as possible to make it. I hope everything is okay. I will share my screen, and if there is a problem, let me know, please. Okay, in the presentation mode. Yes, we will talk more about the lean leader development. Okay, so actually, when we talk in the lean, it is different perspective and different approach. So that's why I will show you something that in a picture, and what do you see here actually is not lean. What you don't see here, actually, it is the lean. For example, if you look at here, we see a line, there's operator, there's an unknown board, unknown signal, there's a team leader. So companies generally think that when we can do this one, actually we can make lean. Actually, it's not completely correct because you can have this kind of perfect systems, but it doesn't mean it will be working. For example, what don't we see here? Operator can pull the cord, but how he dare to pull the cord, we have no idea. We cannot see it. How he will know that he will be late, that he can pull the rope? He will not be afraid of pulling the rope, calling the leader. We don't see it. Actually, it's a very important point for the lean. We can have a team leader, but when the unknown is on, how this team leader is speaking with this operator, we don't see it. Team leader can be very angry with this guy while stopping the line, while calling him, or can be very serving and asking that, how can I help you? Thank you for calling me. So these are different approaches that we don't see. Actually, what we don't see as the real lean point for the sustainabilities. Because if we cannot change the leader behavior, it's known that we cannot make the sustainability of the lean systems. So this is the basics. This is the basics of our lean transformation framework, actually. So when we make the lean transformation, we said that the purpose, improve the work, develop the people, but the inside of the house, to change the culture is very critical. How we can align the people to the purpose and to change their basic thinking. So that's why the inside of the house means what the management system that we are using it and what are the leadership behaviors are very critical things for the sustainability of the lean thinking and lean approach. So that's why leader behaviors, leader approach are becoming very, very critical to change the culture and to have a sustainable lean systems. So in the lean thinking, we are saying that we have to solve the problems at every level. In the line level, we have to solve the waste problems, operational stoppages, any kind of muda. But if these are not working very well, we have to solve the system problems. That's why middle management level, we have to solve the system problems, in the value stream problems. But in top management level, we have to solve the strategic problems, directional problems. So management system problems also should be solved for middle and top management levels. But in order to solve these problems, we need a strong leaders to see the problems and motivate and support the people to solve the problems today. So in order to solve the problems, our leaders should have time to focus on. So we don't need the leaders always very busy with many daily things, but we need the leaders to think about the future things. That's why we spend where our leaders are spending their time. Are they working, spending their time for future or for today? So this is a systematic that you can see here. Where are their focus? In the left side, you can see the organizational level from team leader to CEO, top management. And every line, every company has a line that showing today's job and the future job. Today's job is very valuable, but very tasty things. Because if today is very important, because if you cannot make today, you cannot sell the products on time to customer. But if everybody spends their time for today, then you are not prepared for the future. Because working for future means improving the work, developing people to be ready for the future. That's why in this perspective, this is the ideal perspective, middle management, a kind of manager level person should spend 50-60% of their time for the future, improving the work, developing the people. But in order to make this one, our today's job should run perfectly. So for the top management level, maybe the CEO should spend 90% of their time for the future, not only strategy, improving the system problems, strategical problems, and developing their organizations to be ready for the future needs without forgetting today. They have to spend some time for today, but not much time. So there is only one condition to realize this one. This is the ideal case. If today's problems are not solved by first line management, means that you don't have a baseline. You cannot jump if you don't have a strong base. So that's why if your line leader level, the first management level are not working perfectly, or your whole organization can work one or two layers down. Your managers do some supervisor job. Maybe assistant general managers doing the manager's job. Maybe CEO is spending some time, most of their time with the assistant manager's job, assistant general manager's job. So that helps us to understand why and from where we need to start leader development. So if your organization, if your people are spending much time for related top managers or even middle managers are spending many time for today's jobs, daily things, they are spending to solve today's problems, means that your first level management is not working very well. So without solving that problem, you cannot develop your leaders ahead. So that's why we look at this one. We create a kind of CRAB methodology. So in the organization, we divided that 3 layers. First level management, line team leaders, group leaders, chief leaders, in Toyota saying, the first level management, middle level management, and the top management. So generally, classical HR approach is starting from middle and top management level leader development generally with the soft trainings. We suggest you the opposite way. Because if your first level management are very strong to make today's job, solving today's issues, your middle management will never have enough time to realize what they have learned. That's why we give the priority first level management, first level leader development. Then, or a little later, a little parallel, focus to top management development, and like a crab, squeeze them in the both sides to change the middle management. Because in the lean transformation, major objections are coming from the middle levels because they don't want to change current way of doing it. Top management has a problem, they would like to change it. First level has issues, they are suffering with daily issues. So we need to find a way to change from both sides to change the middle management level. So what is the methodology and how is the approach? Generally in Toyota or in the lean companies, we try to apply on-the-job development, similar way of thinking like on-the-job training, but this time on-the-job development. It means that not only developing in the classrooms, by soft skill trainings, by developing them by solving the problems. So that's why making people, in Toyota we generally say, making people before making products. We build people as you build products. First build people, first develop the people, then you will see that your operations will be developed more. The approach that we are using is on-the-job development. Let's go step by step. So that's why on-the-job development, we develop by learning and improving together, by holding their hand from current condition to future condition with the leaders' help and support and mentoring, learning and growing together. In order to make this one, we have to create a good dialogue at every level. So this dialogue is not only communication in meetings. This dialogue should be visible. That's why managing to learn by using A3 approach, that's a similar applications from the assistant general manager level. A3 speaks with even the team leader level Kaizens. So they are all linked to each other, and that's the real dialogue, speaking with the facts, with the activities, and by working together. So when you see this picture, this dialogue picture can be visualized with different levels of A3s supporting each others. So then how we can make the first level line leader development? So actually, in the leader development, we generally focus, first thing is that it should be the correct people. Because if you don't have the correct person, correct people, correct personality, even you think that you are developing them, but general behavior, the competencies, you cannot change so easily. So that's why we create in the first level development, first line development, a kind of developing by roles, a kind of creating a structure from team member to manager level, different roles, and from operational work to managerial work, we need to develop them step by step by playing their roles in a correct way. So in order to make this one, we need to select the correct people and develop these leaders perfectly. So by job knowledge, job-related skills have the similar importance, equal importance with the competencies. Because you cannot teach the competencies, but you can teach the job-related skills. For example, you cannot make people to be analytical, but you can teach them problem solving. Problem solving is a skill. To be analytical is a competency. So if your leaders are not analytical, they don't have a systematic analytical thinking, you will have a big difficulty in teaching and practicing problem solving. So in a similar way with all leaders, we should have a balance, your company competencies and job-related skills together to have the ideal leaders. So that's why from the line leader development, even from the team leader level, first level leaders, we have the same systematic. We generally suggest a kind of selection system, then assignment, then development system. That's a three-step process. In this one, the team leader selection, first we need to have the candidates. That's why the company organization can put the rules and can say that will be this graduation, this much year working, and this much technical skill levels. So these are the basic requirements. They can be candidates or candidates. Then after these candidates, after some personality tests and some tests, then you can continue candidate training. After training, you can make an evaluation. After evaluation, you can make a kind of assignment. So when you have assignment, when you have this before assignment position, after evaluation, you can have a pool in your hand. You don't need to assign all this pool to a position, because this pool is important for you for the grow up your company. So that's why you will have a trained backup pool, and they will, with these trainings and these methods, they will support the improvement with many improvements to process this leader selection process to make it stronger. After assignment, Then when they start playing their roles, then you start leader development parallel continuously by mentoring and getting ready them in time with the pre-promotion trainings for the next level. So whenever you make this one, you can organizationally develop your structure and motivate your leaders, and people development can happen at the same time. So we can make this kind of methodology, define team leader roles and selection criteria by production and HR management together. So HR's role is very critical here. So that's why they have to decide the leaders together, not only by production. HR and operational people should decide together, define the roles and criteria. Then after criteria, it could be done the pre-selection of the candidates according to the criteria. Then personality test for candidates. After the personality test, you can make some schablons. According to this one, you can, the people who are entering this level, then evaluate the candidates according to the test results. Selected candidates join the training programs. Training and examination plus practical Kaizen activities. So whatever you have trained, you have to practice it. So during this training, you practice and you show that what they have learned. So effectiveness of the training should be observed by the real applications. Then in the 7th step, we have final evaluations and assignments according to organizational need, and you can create a pool. Then after this pool, you can make assignment and mentor the assigned leaders. So this is just an example of the training program, some lean training, some managerial leadership trainings, some methodological trainings, and these are for team leaders, group leaders, shift leaders, and you can grow this one up to manager level. After having this training, then you will have a kind of examinations, and you have to practice all these learnings. Without practicing, you cannot pass to next level. So to realize this one, the managing of the team leader's role should be defined very well clearly, because this role, trainings, and the competencies should have a good correlation. So we are expecting mainly line leaders, the team leaders, managing abnormality, assuring the pre-requirement of production and realization of production, sustainability of the normal conditions, and immediate reaction to abnormal conditions. While doing this one, even they get the training, even they have the correct competencies, we need to make them practice and change their behaviors. That's why on the team leader development, we start one-to-one mentoring by experienced leaders, by the best leaders. So with this mentoring should be done minimum 30 days practicing with the mentor. This mentor and mentee relations should be 30 days practicing. If it is bi-weekly, it should take 30 weeks, or every 2 days, 3 days. Then we need to repeat minimum 30 cycles to change the behaviors. And in the leaders, the mentors should observe the leaders and should make them create a kind of awareness what they are doing not a good way, how should they do it, and showing the correct way, and request them practicing and observing again. This can be how to start the shift, how to react and undo, how to solve a problem, how to repair a component, whatever it is. All leader roles should be practiced for these 30 days by real experts. With the support of this mentor, you will see that in time, behaviors will change and it will be their normal approach. In a similar way, when we do the line leader level, we can apply the similar methodology for the top management leaders. So again, the mentee and mentor relation. A mentor or coach for the top management leaders, directors, assistant general managers, sometimes general managers. This mentor should be internal or external, a kind of could be consultants. So that's why we should have a mentor, mentee, and second mentor observing the mentor as well. So we can say coach, observing the applications, how they are practiced. Again, this is realized on the job development. We give some basic trainings and mutual understanding the current condition. Leaders, candidates should accept their current condition, and we can realize on the job development. So in the trainings, we are expecting them. They should have the first basic lean knowledge. So that's why the basic lean knowledge is not in these basic trainings, and basic problem solving capabilities should be available. Then following basic lean leader trainings are given to focus the team. For example, lean management and role of upper leaders, lean transformation methodology, a kind of workshop, lean leadership, optional Hoshin Kanri, and managing to learn and developing by A3 thinking. Then we try to make mutual understanding current condition by working one-to-one together, shadowing the managing style, understanding is grasped, and time utilization data collected. How is today? How it should be? And why is it? What is making them to stop so much time for today's? And what are the main obstacles? So this activity can take 3 to 5 months with the following headings. What are the role of that position leader? Where they are spending their time, where they are utilizing their time. How are they doing the leader standard work? How they do the Gemba walk? And how it should be? What are the key objectives and how they are managing these key objectives? Are they managing today or future? How they are developing leaders and support their teams? How they work together? Does the leader see their own development areas? How are the relation and behaviors with the teams, peers, and uppers? After understanding current condition, we can go to next level of on-the-job development. We select some critical Hoshin KPI or main activities studied with the A3s and deploy to 2 layer down, and they work together. How leader is working strategic objectives with their people, and when we are working with the leaders, how we also observe how the leaders mentoring their mentees as an external eye, and we can see them. So this activity repeats around 15 to 20 joint workings. It takes around 1 year time. So that's why we did some examples. A kind of on-the-job development can be realized by practicing together, and we teach them how to ask the open-ended questions, correct questions. And on the job development, we request them to identify an appropriate topic. It could be Hoshin priorities or daily problems, some major objectives, and assign the appropriate topic for their motivation as well to reach their targets. And they start with the communication, solve the problem, and while solving the problem, we help to develop their limits and let the sense of achievement felt. They should be motivated about this one. So when we go step by step, we take the appropriate assignments and we try to understand which level, which points are weak, we need to develop, and working together, they have to be aware of it. Then how to expand their capabilities and how we observe how they are helping their people and themselves. So in the end, we can create such a systematic, such a scheme that how the leaders, top leader, general manager, assistant general manager, with working with their people to reach their objectives, how they are communicating, we mentor them, and we observe how they are mentoring their people to go down each level. Actually, this is a part of Hoshin policy deployment. So you will see some examples here, some company examples, how they are working together. It triggers many sub-kaizens, many improvements, and one-to-one mentoring with their team. We develop leaders by solving problems, and then they develop their leaders as well at the same time. So just some examples. Use value stream mapping, a kind of tool again to make this one. Some worldwide examples we were doing in Sri Lanka, for example. And at the same time, we do some Jishuken activities in the same way, and the whole company can improve to the same purpose. While doing this one, the coach and the mentors can help the people to develop their activities, capabilities by working together, by asking questions, by making them thinking, and they start to developing. So in order to develop the people, first we need to develop ourselves. So in a short time, very important point, but quickly vegan. If you have questions, I'll try to answer in a few minutes that I'm having it. Sorry, I run a little quickly, but I hope it gives some ideas about it. So you can contact me. We can ask if you have more detailed questions, we can talk about later on. Okay. I think no questions. Thank you very much for your joining. I hope it gives you some ideas, some opinions. Then without developing leaders, it's impossible to develop the company as well. Thank you very much for your joining.